Today I forced myself to prioritize what I wanted to do over what I need to do, because heaven knows there is so much I need to do. The choice of being a dog owner. But I just woke up and I thought one of my stones has the potential to be great. I'm sure of it. And this is the one I picked out. And I think that top bit there is actually gonna be a pretty nice opal. Of course, it's only been roughed out with an 80 grit center diamond, so there's a lot left to go through all the stages of polishing, but I think that's gonna be nice. And there is a little bit of color in other spots too, like that blue over there. And there's some underneath this milky layer here that somehow does not want to show itself right now. It's probably not going to be worth digging for. There's this sweet little one there. Oh, now I caught a glimpse of the layer underneath that hides the color. Maybe I'll go for it anyway. I'm gonna slice this off and then just go wild on the rest of it. And I also chose to work on this one. Had two like this that had like a third of it has a nice color bar. So I've taken it almost down to the color bar, and this will probably be the back side because it has like a white layer on top, and I think this will be the top. Come on, sunshine, help me show the colors inside of here. There's quite a bit of orange, yellow and orange, and of course the green. Oh, there's a little bit of blue too. I think this one's going to be a nice crystal. And the rest of them will have to wait for another day because my energy ran out. That's my dog told me. And then I had to go to bed for a couple of hours. This one's probably going to be quite light. There are lots of them, not very transparent, but there's a little bit of black underneath. So I will remove the unseemly parts eventually. This one has a really nice, strong color bar that I think is probably only on that half there. I think if there's any color under here, it's probably nowhere near as strong as that turquoisey blue there. This one is weird. It's almost like what do they call it again? The name escapes me. That's the kind that there's all kinds of little glittery specks of color, but they're inside of, oh yeah, you see a little bit of those glitters. But there's not one strong color bar that I can see, except maybe this. And there it's matrix, that's what it's called. It's really like a matrix opal that they normally just polish one side of, and then they treat it with acid and stuff to darken the host material to bring out all the specks of color. I did not expect to get that from Lightning Ridge, but apparently it exists there too. I will do a bit more uncovering there. So this is the still entire stone like that, with the color bar pretty much exactly the same size, so it probably came from the same piece at some point. Actually no, there's a lot more blue in this one, and less yellow, green and orange. Oh, green. And I see a little bit of orange. Yeah. I broke this one off, the one that I've gotten the furthest with, because there was sand underneath it, as you can see. So I just took it off, and that'll be one of my tiny little ones. And I'm even going to keep those for mosaics or something. Then there are the 3 boulder opals that I think have some potential. I think this one, the color is actually really thick in that spot, but there's sand all through it. But it's so big that I think I can make it look nice anyway. And boulders always, they're so unique because there's hardly ever, well, no, that's not wrong, right, but this is definitely not going to be a boring oval like so many others. This one had me surprised. It looked really boring on that side. On the side, looks like, oh, okay, there's some color there, but a lot of the milky white parts. And you see a little bit shining through, but it's very milky, hard to see through. But look at that. So I'm gonna have to come at it. We're gonna have to take away that part and try to get that strong color bar there revealed and probably separated from the rest. I don't think the rest is gonna give any. Oh, maybe there's a little bit there. Yeah, there's another color bar there that might have a little bit of potential. And the last one has a lot of great color, but it is extremely thin. So I'm gonna have to be very, very careful and just either let all these sand holes remain or split the entire stone, which frankly appeals more to me right now. I might even get the triangle there and split this part into 2 as well, so you get all that pink and red in one, and then because all these little sand holes are basically along the outline of that triangle that could be pink. And that is how I made myself happy on a otherwise very bad day.